And a lot of things I say right now at this age, after the game, it was very tough on me and a lot of people, especially mentally. Some things that you felt that you still can do and you still play. And it's never, to me, it's this lifestyle of being a player or being after the game, it's all mental, like we had some guys that I've seen over the years struggle with it a lot. Some of the things that I endured throughout the career of my football life have just, been kind of scarred and helped me realize a lot of things that I have control over. And one thing is my mind. So I always believe that, I control what I can do. I can't control what nobody else.
Time to embrace change and be about that life.
This is Dr. Best with the About That Life podcast, the podcast about life or living intentionally forever. As you know, I'm a sports cardiologist, and there wouldn't be any better place I would be than a sporting event. But sometimes in sport, we have to understand that our life has to evolve after sport, right? And much of our careers, for me, it was college, but for many individuals, they go on and play professionally. But that career oftentimes, even though it's extended and it's great, it has to evolve and change. And so today we're going to talk about life after the locker room. And I have on a new friend with me. And again, for him, talking to him and hearing where he's been, where he's going, and ultimately where he's going to end up, it has been just nothing more than a roller coaster ride. I want to introduce to some and present to others, Kimble Anders. Hello, my friend. How are you?
Oh, everything's going good, man.
Doing well?
Pleasure to meet you.
Man, you're looking great. Where you playing?
Man, I've been blessed. God gave me a gift to do this, and I've been able to maintain it by just trying to live the best life, for us right now. Just make sure eating, working out, exercising, doing little things and like you never thought about doing. Truth be told, I'm 57 years old.
No, you're not. No, you're not. I'm gonna just tell the truth for shame the devil. That can't be true.
I'm 57, and sometimes they say you're gonna look like you're back on the field, but I ain't nowhere in the world I would go take another hit from anybody. So.
Well, talk about that. Talk about, because a lot of people think it's just, oh yeah, I just run. No, talk about that.
So I had the opportunity. I was very blessed to play football. I love it, and I talk to kids. I've been coaching right now for over 25 years. But from my story, history-wise, like I grew up in Galveston, Texas. Had this childhood dream of being in the NFL. It came to fruition. And my path was kind of unique because I did not get drafted. I was a guy. I thought I was Tony Dorsett, Walter Payton, Earl Campbell, we got that. So I wanted to be the Heisman Trophy winner, but my position got changed my senior year of college to inside receiver, and so I had a chance to play with some of the best players at the University of Houston during that time. The Andre Ware era when Jack Pardee came there, and so I did not get drafted in 1990. So I wound up getting cut by the Pittsburgh Steelers. I went undrafted free agent to the Steelers and set out a whole year. Set out the whole year, and
you got mail me this.
This is good. My mailman came to my house and knocked on the door one time. We just running about. So I can't believe you're not in the NFL. I said the things happen. So at this point, it's almost a year after, right? And he said, I know somebody in Clarence City. If you get if you're willing to talk to him, if he probably get in contact with. I said yes. So I went to Kansas City and tried to make the team and played there for 10 years. And this guy inducted in Chiefs Hall of Fame in 2023.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and so the journey was amazing, man. And a lot of things I say right now at this age, after the game, it was very tough on me and a lot of people, especially mentally. Some things that you felt that you still can do and you still play. And it's never, to me, it's this lifestyle of being a player or being after the game, it's all mental. Like we had some guys that I've seen over the years struggle with it a lot. And so I always seek help. I always out to my therapist. I still do that right now today. Some of the things that I endured throughout the career of my football life have just, been kind of scarred and helped me realize a lot of things that I have control over. And one thing is my mind. So I always believe that, I control what I can do. I can't control what nobody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, so moving forward, there's a lot of things like over the years since I've been out of the games that have been able to accomplish just as an individual that makes me proud of some things like growing up where I grew up from. I grew up from the projects. Yeah, I was in Texas, and soul food was a choice, a part of the menu, and I was into that for a long time. But and then I started changing to the healthy lifestyle.
Wow.
And
Now tell me about it, because going back home is often one of the toughest things for me.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm from Fayetteville, North Carolina, right? And I go back and they cooking this, and everybody knows that I can't eat everything, right?
Yeah.
So how do you do that? Because they say he gotta eat everything. He gotta eat what we grew up with. How do you overcome that?
Yeah, you got to be able to say no. No is okay to people. It's a powerful word, but no is okay. And then sometimes you got to say it the nice way. You know what I mean? But and like I say, the support. I know Will just said this. Your support system, people that understand you, that's around you, and whether it's your friend, your family, for sure. Family is always first, but they understand it. I mean, like I say, I just got to just try to eat. Even today, I have a meal prep lady. I've never been a cook. I wish I could cook. I do not cook. I could boil water. I could boil it.
So I got some. It ain't like boil some water. Well, microwave, I got you.
I'm not getting in there and trying to be a cook. So I have, my meal prep lady that does all my food and stuff. So, and, when I eat out, I try to just pick and choose what I eat at and make sure that I'm doing. I have my cheat days, good days. And just recently, I just put back on 10 pounds. I was down about 215, 220. So right now I'm about 225. So
I mean, I bet it's a lot of 50, 45, 40, and 30. It's a lot of 20-year-olds that want to look. And you're giving them how you do it, right? So talk about just the typical day. Then we'll transition into what this next chapter of your life looks like. What's a typical day, training wise, meal wise? What's that look like for you?
Well, it's pretty simple, to be honest with you. I pretty much here's the beauty of what the last 4 years look like for me. I've been at home. I haven't worked in 4 years, so I've been able to do a lot of stuff for myself. So I had to matter of fact, I have in my house, I have a daily to-do list, and I write everything. If I don't do it, I'm not going to do it, right? And I post it all around the house.
So you notice
I know my routine. Yeah, on schedule, and that's one thing the NFL always had. We had a schedule. It was like, and I think that's the thing when you leave the NFL, that structure is gone. You don't have nothing to do, so you try to find yourself. So yeah, because I know when I left the first 2 years, I was lost for a little bit. You know what I mean? Then I finally found myself in 3 years and got to start coaching and still like that. But so I have a schedule, and I try to get up in the morning 6:30. I got it from saying my prayers in the morning to my first workout. How much I'm gonna read that day.
Hold on, I'm gonna pause. You said my first workout.
First.
Yeah, okay, keep going. Because I want people to eat because a lot of people think it's easy. A lot of people think,
Yeah. And it's not no hard workout. It's just some little light cardio stuff. It's stuff that I know, like, Will just mentioned that our bodies can't do that anymore, because we've done so much. And I promise you, in my era, I feel like, I know for a fact I was one of the strongest dudes at University of Houston, but when I was getting with the Chiefs, I was still probably the top 10 strongest guy on the team, because I just was, gifted enough to have that. Like I said, my biggest thing was a work ethic, and I do believe in that because I came up in the good old days. You had to work.
Sure.
So it made it a lot different for me. But like I say now, just to be my age now, being able to even sit in the room with the young men that I coach, who coach at the high school level, the college level. I'm coaching at Texas State University now. And what did the kids say? I was about 30-something years old. I said, nah, that's 20 years ago. I was 30 years. But I mean, it's flattering that I get that sometime. But at the end of the day, man, I do believe health is wealth.
Right.
And there's no way. So I have grandkids right now. I have 4 kids. I have 4 daughters. I have a 13-year-old grandkid and a 4-year-old. Oldest daughter, 34, 32, 25, and 22 years. So,
Oh, goodness.
So, at the end of the day, that's what I'm living for. Right?
You said, you snuck it in there.
Yeah.
Health is wealth.
Yeah, health is
And
wealth.
I think a lot of times people hear it, but don't really understand what that means. And from you having that structure, being able to say, I'm going to wake up at this time. I'm going to do these things. Because a lot of structure is boring. But for me, it's one of those things where if I don't stay on pace, my body will tell me. Like if I don't get up and do my mobility in the morning, I'm not moving as good later in the day.
Absolutely.
If I don't make my shakes, and I cook a little bit, but I cook enough. So if I don't make my shakes, make my oatmeal and do that, I'm, as Will said, I'm hunting for food, and I don't like hunting for food. I like to know what I'm gonna eat, when I'm gonna heat it. So after you get through that day in that structure, how do you unwind? Because a lot of my friends that have played in the league and done other sports, it was always tough to come back down. You know, after you've been so amped up and lived that, how do you make that transition?
Oh, fortunate for me, I'm a TV watcher, so I could just stay at home and watch TV all day. I don't have to go outside, but I do take some walks. I go different places. I have a good group of friends I can go hang out with, and it's a good social environment. Whether it's just playing dominoes, bars, or something like that. Just something that somebody like say, find a good atmosphere that you like to be in. That I say what I put in words that help you mentally challenge yourself to be a better person. Don't get caught up in
all that other stuff.
all the other stuff, and just do something positive with your life. You know what I mean? And that's really what I want to do. I have a foundation, and I reach out and try to do the best as I can and help my community down in Galveston. I go to the Boys and Girls Club, Wright County Park, one of the places I grew up at.
Wonderful.
And I just try to, if I just go sit there for half a day, I'm good.
Talk to the kids.
Yeah, but still, just go hang out with. just hang out. I ain't down there just go hang out.
Just go hang out.
They want to see your face. People. What's surprising to me, because sometimes I get kind of flabbergasted about what people really think of me. I don't think a lot of me, to be honest with you. Just I'm telling the truth. I don't. Me being that player, all that was never my goal to be that guy. You know what I mean? Wow. As an individual with the spotlight on it. But I want to be a respectful football player. I want to be one of the best, and that's what I strive to be. I accept that, but the glam come with it. You got to be real careful with that. It's a lot of give and take with that. So sometimes when people come to me and they just be so happy to see me, I'm like, why they happen to see me?
Right.
Really, in my mind, I'm
a regular guy.
And like you say, now this going back a little deeper into the mindset. Growing up, as a kid, when I had a situation where in our neighborhood they think you was gonna be about anything anyway. So we come from that, it sticks in my mind, but I know I made it. But at the same time, it just sticks in your mind like you ain't who you are anyway. It's like so that's like I said, that's the one thing I know that a lot of NFL players struggle with after football, still trying to find their identity, because you get lost. Now you somebody, and then you got to go back to They say this regular person, and like I've been a regular person my whole life. I just happened to play. I didn't change, And that's the one thing. People say, oh, he changed.
He big time now.
I'm gonna be mean.
But you seem, and I say seem, that's because people have this perception of what they think a professional athlete is. Just like people sometimes get nervous, don't want to talk about outcome, all that stuff. Oh, I got a salad before you came. I'm fine with you eating with. Just the fact that you recognize you did that should say something else to you right there. So, but ultimately, now you're about to go impact the lives of young men, and I know you've been doing it. So tell me about, now you've been coaching, like you said, when you transitioned out and kind of got things going, you've been coaching that time. Tell me about the Texas Southern experience, because now we're connected there. My daughter went to Texas Southern as a volleyball player.
Okay.
And she played, this was during COVID, so she got a COVID year. She played middle blocker for volleyball. I was a proud dad in the stands swinging. I still got my Texas Southern gear, so now I can come and watch some football games. But talk about giving back in that capacity and what it means to coach at that level, because that is a high level, new folks coming in, new environment. Talk about that.
Yeah, it's a great experience for me. So far, I've been there probably 60 days. We got some great kids, and truth be told, like right now, I do believe the generation need a little more guidance, they need a little more push, and I think Coach Dishman, Chris Dishman is our head coach, and we have some guys that have been where they're trying to get, or even if they don't get there, we're going to get something out of it. We're talking about your education. We're talking about some type of degree and everything like that. So we're doing I feel really good about where we at. At the end of the day, I know we need to win some games. We want to win some games. But at the end of the day, I'm hoping we can impact these kids' lives and make sure they get their stuff on the right track.
No, and I assure you, and I'm speaking from a parent, right, that sent my daughter there. And I could tell you I'm a dad. I'm nervous. It's in Houston. I was down there every weekend, I can tell you that. But it was just that family that she felt at Texas Southern.
Yeah.
And the volleyball coach was great. She'd text me, and I don't know if they thought, hey, she missed this class. And then we you know what I'm saying? I didn't know if y'all supposed to do that. But it was so helpful to know that they created an environment for the kids that was a home away from home. And in the facilities, when I was down there, really, again, from what I had seen, and we visited other places. And now, granted, I won't talk about my college visits, which was, 20, 30 years ago. It was a different environment. But I was just so proud of what you all had done. And now that they're inserting you in that culture, you instilling a lot of those things. So whether it's for the kids there or for folks watching, what would be some key takeaways so that folks can learn to transition their life, whether they're transitioning from being a professional athlete, transitioning from college to life out of that? What does that look like?
I mean, just, trusting yourself, believing yourself, know that you're better than what you think you are. Feel good about yourself. Give yourself a clap on the back at times, you know what I mean? And just have that faith that no matter what happens, God's got you, you know what I mean? And every time I say this to a lot of players, what you want may not be what you really want. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So but you got to push yourself to be better every day. And it takes consistency to do that. So each day is a different day. So you got to take one day at a time and live it the way you should. And that's even with playing football. Mm-hmm. It's one play at a time. That's it. I mean, after the play over with, it's over. You got to let it go. Because you don't let it go, guess what's going to happen?
Keep coming back.
Keep coming back. And that's hard to do for athletes. I should know that, it's hard to do. Like I say, it's that we don't care about that play, but that play is over with, so let's keep it moving. And that's the biggest thing I say about life, man. If you ever get in a situation that something happened, you got to put it behind you. I say I was pretty blessed. I'm not trying to say I'm saying anything, but I've made cautious decisions to make some good decisions and some bad ones, but right now, it was going to happen, but I've been pretty blessed not to have, did some things that could have got you in trouble, something like that. So with that said, I'm just saying, for being a good leader, I've gained a lot of wisdom on just living a life, and I always lived a good life, and I'm always been more quiet, sheltered person. I never was a braggish, bodacious type of player.
Right.
Never was that guy, never was an arrogant guy, nothing like that. And which is never on that, because I love arrogance, because people with confidence,
They gonna show up.
they show up. Yep. And I gotta say, at one time, the Michael Jordan, the Kobe, man, I tell you, like, motivation, they do this. I got in my office now, I have all the motivation stuff, Kobe Bryant, the Walter Payton. So, it's wrong for those guys, the guys that played the best, the Michael Jordan.
Right.
And it's a mindset. Like I said, this life and this whole lifestyle is a mindset. And the thing you do in athletics and business is lifestyle too.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, same
Well,
thing.
I enjoyed this conversation. We're going to have to do it again. Now that I know you down, we was just down in Houston. My other younger daughter plays volleyball, so I'm going to have to come down there and cheer for the Tigers and see how you do. I know from a mindset standpoint, they're going to be good.
Definitely gonna put the work in.
I know you will. As I mentioned, this is Dr. Vast with the About That Life podcast. I'm here with my new friend, and ultimately, he gave us a gift, right? A gift of understanding that humility doesn't mean you don't show up. Understanding that schedule is not boring, and finally understanding that one of the key things in life is to forget about the last play. Because if you bring that last play into today, you're bringing the past into the present, and it hinders you from your future. So as we move forward and we look at where we are and where we're going to be, take a page and ultimately understand that you ultimately can change your life by taking the first step. Thank you.
Thank you, what?
We truly hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, share it with a friend, leave a comment, and certainly join us for our next episode of the About That Life podcast.